When you think of coleslaw, what comes to mind? Perhaps it's the classic, creamy side dish that accompanies summer barbecues, picnics, or family gatherings. But what if we could take this humble salad and elevate it, transforming it into something unforgettable with a unique twist? Today, the secret is out. An irresistibly delicious coleslaw, dressed not with traditional mayonnaise, but a bright, tangy poppy seed dressing that will dazzle your taste buds and impress everyone at your next meal. Let's begin with the heart of coleslaw: the vegetables. The foundation is simple, but every ingredient must be fresh and crisp. Start with a small head of green cabbage. Remove the outer leaves, slice it in half, and cut out the tough core. Using a sharp knife or a mandolin slicer, shred the cabbage finely. Next, add a quarter of a red cabbage for color and a subtle, peppery flavor. Shred this as well. And you'll notice the beautiful contrast of purple and green coming together. Carrots are essential for both sweetness and crunch. Peel 2 medium carrots and grate them using the large holes of a box grater. As the vibrant orange strands fall into your bowl, you'll see the coleslaw come alive with color. For a touch of mild onion flavor, thinly slice a quarter of a red onion, then separate the slices into delicate rings. If you want to add another layer of flavor, julienne, a Granny Smith apple, leaving the skin on for an extra pop of green. This apple brings a gentle tartness and a crisp bite that contrasts beautifully with the other ingredients. Now, gather all your shredded and sliced vegetables in a large mixing bowl. Toss them together gently with your hands, watching as the colors mingle and the textures combine. This is the base of your coleslaw: fresh, vibrant, and full of promise. But what really sets this coleslaw apart is the poppy seed dressing. Unlike the heavy mayonnaise-based dressings that can weigh down a slaw, this dressing is light, tangy, and ever so slightly sweet, with a burst of flavor in every bite. To make the dressing, start with half a cup of Greek yogurt for creaminess, balanced with a quarter cup of mayonnaise to round out the flavor. Into this, whisk in 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, which brings a bright, tart note that cuts through the richness. Add 2 tablespoons of honey, lending a natural sweetness that complements the vegetables. A tablespoon of Dijon mustard adds just the right amount of sharpness and complexity. The real star, however, is the poppy seed. Sprinkle in a generous tablespoon of these tiny black seeds. Not only do they provide a subtle nutty flavor, but they also give the dressing a beautiful speckled appearance, making each spoonful look as special as it tastes. Season your dressing with half a teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. For a little extra zing, add the finely grated zest of 1 lemon and squeeze in the juice. This final touch of citrus brightens the entire dressing, making it irresistibly fresh. Whisk all the ingredients together until you have a smooth, creamy dressing with flecks of poppy seed throughout. Taste it and adjust the seasoning if necessary. A little more honey for sweetness, a splash more vinegar for tartness, or an extra pinch of salt to bring out the flavors. Now comes the magic moment: pouring the dressing over your prepared vegetables. Drizzle it generously, making sure every strand of cabbage and carrot gets a coating. Using salad tongs or clean hands, toss everything together until the slaw is evenly mixed and glistening with the dressing. Let the coleslaw rest for at least 15 minutes before serving. This short wait allows the flavors to meld and the vegetables to soften slightly, becoming tender but still crisp. The result is a coleslaw that's vibrant, zesty, and packed with layers of flavor and texture. As you take your first bite, you'll notice the delightful crunch of the cabbage and carrots, the sweet tart juiciness of the apple, and the gentle heat from the red onion. The dressing is light and creamy, with the honey and mustard dancing on your palate, and the poppy seeds adding a faint nuttiness that lingers after every mouthful. It's a world away from the heavy, gloopy coleslaws of the past, a new classic that's as refreshing as it is satisfying. But why stop there? This poppy seed coleslaw is endlessly versatile. If you want an extra burst of flavor, toss in a handful of chopped fresh herbs. Parsley, dill, or cilantro all work beautifully. For some added crunch and a hint of sweetness, sprinkle in a few dried cranberries or golden raisins. Toasted sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds make a wonderful addition, providing a nutty bite that complements the poppy seeds in the dressing. If you're serving this coleslaw as a side, it pairs perfectly with grilled meats, roasted chicken, or even a simple sandwich. Try piling it onto pulled pork sliders, tucking it into fish tacos, or serving it alongside a juicy burger for a fresh, tangy counterpoint to rich flavors. For those who prefer a vegan option, you can easily adapt the dressing. Replace the Greek yogurt and mayonnaise with plant-based alternatives, and substitute agave nectar or maple syrup for the honey. The result is just as creamy and flavorful, ensuring everyone can enjoy this unique twist on a classic dish. The beauty of this coleslaw is in its balance. Every ingredient has a purpose, from the crisp vegetables to the tangy sweet dressing, and the poppy seeds tie it all together in a way that feels both familiar and new. It's a dish that invites creativity, allowing you to tailor it to your own tastes or whatever ingredients you have on hand. Imagine bringing this coleslaw to your next gathering. As you set it on the table, the colors catch the light: emerald green, deep purple, vibrant orange, and flecks of black poppy seed throughout. Guests will be drawn in by the look alone, but it's that first forkful that will leave them asking for your secret. The flavors are crisp and refreshing, with a complexity that lingers long after the meal is over. But perhaps the greatest secret of all is how easy this coleslaw is to prepare. In just a few minutes, with nothing more than a sharp knife, a bowl, and a whisk, you can create something truly special. There's no need for complicated techniques or hard-to-find ingredients. Just fresh produce, a handful of pantry staples, and a willingness to try something new. As you make this coleslaw part of your repertoire, you'll find countless ways to make it your own. Add thinly sliced fennel for a hint of anise, or swap the apple for pear when they're in season. For a spicy kick, stir in a pinch of cayenne or a few slivers of jalapeno. The possibilities are endless, and each variation brings its own unique charm. In the end, great coleslaw is about more than just tossing cabbage with dressing. It's about creating harmony between flavors and textures, finding the perfect balance of sweet, tart, and savory, and elevating the ordinary into something extraordinary. With this poppy seed dressing twist, you have a new recipe to treasure, one that's sure to become a favorite at any table. So, the next time you're looking for a side dish that goes beyond the expected, reach for this coleslaw. Bright, tangy, and bursting with poppy seed flavor, it's proof that even the simplest dishes can surprise and delight when given a little extra care and creativity. Enjoy every crunchy, colorful bite, and don't be surprised when everyone asks for seconds.